Alright, last time we potentially met a new character in the form of Shion. Still not entirely sure if she's real or not, but we'll find out as we continue. I believe she is real. But listen up, everybody. If you don't take cooking seriously, somebody's going to get hurt. This is a part of your education as well, so don't fool around and do it seriously. A lazy yeah wafted through the class in response. Half of the school day today was going to be home economics class. The plan for everybody was to make curry rice and give it to the forest rangers who let this building be rented out as a school. If everybody were making curry in the same pot, it would have been more of a party-like atmosphere, but this was a school after all. Excluding the youngest students, each of us would be making our own curry, with results being judged. Alright everybody, it may be nowadays curry is an easy meal anybody can make, but it has its roots in traditional Indian cuisine. Even though we've altered it a bit in the Japanese style, it is still instilled with the knowledge and culture of ancient India. Absolutely do not neglect that fact. I'll have words with anybody who doesn't take this seriously, so be prepared for that. That seemed like a needlessly passionate sermon on curry. Well, whatever.
It's rumored that Chie-sensei has devoted her life to curry. She'll probably be a pretty strict judge.
This is a different person. Oh man, the quotation marks. Okay. As long as you're not failing... Well, okay, I'm gonna read it as Sachiko anyway, because the quotation marks there are weird.
As long as you're not failing, your grade in home ec doesn't really matter. Doesn't really matter at all.
I wouldn't say that if I were you. The teacher's a tyrant when it comes to curry.
What the heck does that even mean, a curry tyrant? Never heard of that before.
You see, our normally mild-mannered teacher, for some unfathomable reason, has a stickler for curry. Unyieldingly so. Yeah, it's said that every year she goes on a journey to India to research some mythical curry.
This is just a rumor, but it seems that she eats curry rice 3 meals a day, and if she occasionally has something else, it always has to be curry flavored.
That's not unyielding, that's unnatural. Is she part of an evil cult or something? Besides, doesn't curry top the list when it comes to junk food? Curry 3 times a day is just weird nutritionally speaking, and...
Tunk tunk tunk!
Embedded into the table right by my fingertips is a chef's knife, ladle, and spatula hummed gently as they were still quivered. Wait. That sentence didn't make sense. Embedded into the table by my fingertips, a chef's knife, ladle, and spatula hummed gently as they still quivered. Oh, okay. The teacher, while still mixing her own pot, was looking this way, smiling.
Ki-chan, shush! If you say any more, you'll be sleeping with the fishes!
Saying even a little bit more would make my situation a lot more dire. So the teacher just threw cooking equipment at me, including a knife. So that's fun. Yeah. Just be serious and make your curry properly and everything's good, alright? I don't think it's going to be that easy today.
Look, Mi-chan is...
It's written all over her face. If the playing field was even, and we were being judged, there's no way this won't turn into a competition.
It looks like we're all on the same page. It's a cooking contest!
I knew it. There's no way Mion would leave such an enticing event alone.
How shall we determine the victor? By how the teacher judges it?
As if saying, but wait, there's more, the teacher reappeared with the principal in tow. This is the teacher. Bleh. The purpose of today's event is to show appreciation for the people of the Forestry Service, so they will be judging the results with me. Yup, your teacher and I, as well as 5 people from the Forestry Service, will be judging your cooking. Good luck to everyone. Even the principal? Looking around, it seemed like the interest of everybody in the class had been piqued.
So that's what's happening. This isn't going to just be some casual curry cook-off. Rena is good at making curry. I'm not going to lose today.
My grade is cooking in a group, so I'm together with Rika.
That's unfair. I'm pretty sure that Rika is good at cooking. My curry is so tasty it'll send shivers down your spine. What about Mione? She doesn't seem like she's too good at cooking. Her type has always been bad at that kind of thing. Wow. But Mione continued to look unconcerned.
I'll tell you what Ki-chan is thinking right now. Mione is definitely bad at cooking. Am I right?
I don't like the way she said that. It couldn't be. Mione couldn't possibly. At that moment, the teacher's whistle sounded. Alright, everybody, are you ready? Be very careful with the knives. Start. The call to arms had sounded. We had to use an outdoor kit to cook the rice, but it wasn't that difficult for a camping wow. I don't know what it is about today, but my words are getting so tongue-tied. Veteran like me. Put the rice into the canister, push your palm to the bottom, and fill the water to just above the wrist.
Are you alright with only that much water? If you don't put in more, it could be bad.
You filthy liar. If I put in any more, I'll just be left with some half-cooked porridge. Satoko, if that's meant to be a trick, it won't work. I'm used to cooking rice with these utensils. First, it starts to bubble, then the steam starts to puff. And don't take off the lid no matter what.
Ah, Kiachi-kun, you're amazing! This is a little unexpected. Did you learn this at summer camp?
My dad really likes to go camping, see? Whenever summer comes around, our family goes a lot.
So this means everybody is good at cooking the rice. In other words, the critical part of this challenge will be the curry.
Huh. Curry is Rika's specialty. We'll cream you all.
You lost me at Rika's. Why don't you help with the cooking too?
Maybe Satoko-chan is helping the most by doing nothing at all.
Ugh. The ends justify the means. I'll have to win. I'll just have to win.
That was a pretty malicious comment for Rena. And Satoko took the hook, line, and sinker. Rena could only apologize between fits of laughter while Satoko chased her around.
Well now, should we move on to the curry? For now, the battle truly begins.
After rinsing off the carrots, potatoes, and other standard vegetables, I grasped the knife. Ugh.
What will today's curry taste like?
As Rena hummed along, her very well-practiced hands wielded her knife. The rhythmical sound of the knife hitting the cutting board harkened to kind images of days long past. Simply put, it was perfect. It was so calm and practiced, I seriously don't stand a chance. Yeah, Rena wielding a knife, that's not gonna be scary later. I looked over at Satoko and Rika-chan. Satoko was in charge of washing the vegetables while Rika-chan was in charge of peeling them. That's what I heard being discussed, but Rika-chan's knife skills are something else as well. She was happily rotating the potato and peeling it quite quickly. On top of that, the peels span the entire potato. What was that called again? Katsuramiki? I have no idea. I heard that peeling a vegetable in one loop around it like that is a highly regarded technique. She picked up the peel from the sink and carved a pair of eyes into it with her knife.
It's a snake. Roar.
Saying that, she placed the lengthy peel of potato skin on the top of the head of a boy from her group. She wasn't even breaking a sweat. When it comes to Rika-chan and cooking, I couldn't even hold a candle to her. But roar? Do snakes make that sound? Alright then, how's Mione doing? She's definitely just fumbling along. There's no way she can peel a potato so effortlessly like that. Absolutely no way. This can't be. You've got to be kidding me! This is a trick. She's using special effects. Where's the wire? She's definitely using a wire.
Here, take a look-see.
As if she had already won, Mione proudly showed me the elongated potato skin.
You didn't know, Kiachi? Mi was taught how to cook by her grandma. Not just cooking! From sewing to flower arrangement to playing the koto, from marksmanship to radio operation, even helicopter piloting is one of the myriad things that she can do.
Strangely enough, the latter items were more realistic. It was the first few items on that list that seemed like a lie.
She's actually really good at cooking. It's just such a hassle that she never does it, though.
Damn it! I'm also really good at cooking, especially Chinese food. I don't know who's talking. I'm gonna say Rena.
Kiachi, boiling something and pouring it into a bowl doesn't count as cooking.
I shot down before I could even say it.
Ho ho ho! Too bad for you. Today, Kiachi-san shall be assuredly languishing in defeat all alone.
Oh no! That was Rika. Okay, Rika's thing is that she always has 3 dots before she speaks. Got it. Into the brain vault that goes for telling who's fucking talking. Clank. Though, tough words from somebody who can't even cook by herself. Ah! Rika!
There. I'll destroy Kiachi for you.
This does not look good. Everybody is smirking at me. Don't raise the white flag yet, Kiachi Mabara. Don't throw away this match. Calm down and think. Not about how to peel those potatoes well, but about how to win this challenge. There's too many people watching. I'm going to work at another sink. Or maybe it's not. I don't know. It's so hard to parse who's talking. Anyway, saying only that, I gathered up the vegetables and left that spot behind.
Will Kiachi-kun be alright? I'm worried he might cut himself with his knife. Let's see what Ki-chan's doing.
No matter how hard I try peeling these, if I slip up at this speed, I'll lop my fingers right off. Then there's only one thing left to do. Tomata-kun! Okamura-kun! Oh, you guys are in a group of 4, huh? It was the 2 underclassmen that had become my sworn brothers ever since that event at the toy store last Sunday. They had been paired with 2 girls for their group. Yep, both the girls are pretty good at cooking, so both of us can just mess around and we'll be okay. Wait. Oh, that was them talking. Yep, both of the girls are pretty good at cooking, so both of us can just mess around and we'll be okay. Both of them pointed at the girls. They're not as good as Rena, but they were both good enough at handling a knife. I'll get straight to the point. At this rate, I'm going to lose the contest. Give me the vegetables your group has peeled already. Barbara-san, that's pretty much theft. But depending on what's in it for us. In other words, it depends on the terms of negotiation. Oh wait, no. In other words, it depends on terms of negotiation. Quite bold of you guys. Well, that's to be expected. Then let's do this. If I win, I'll let you eat the curry that Satoko and Rika-chan's group makes. How about that? I don't know about that. Both of them were hesitant after such a weighty proposal. Just one more little push seems in order. Very well then. Let's make them an offer they can't refuse. I pulled both of them close by the shoulders and made my offer in a hushed tone. Of course. That includes the part that Satoko and Rika-chan have already eaten some. And I'll even throw in the spoons. Oh, God. That's not what I thought of first. I'm a dirty person. A red mist spouted vigorously from the noses of the two underclassmen.
Huh? Kiachi-san is also pretty good at this. Those are some very nice potatoes.
Having brilliantly cleared the vegetables peeling challenge, I returned to my comrades in triumph.
Whoa! Amazing! Amazing! Kiachi-kun's peeling is really good! Heh. That's not quite right. Ki-chan has that's not quite right. What Ki-chan has bared isn't a potato, but his fangs.
Yeah, I'm super serious about this. I'll crush you all. Having finished with the preparing the vegetables, next is to boil a pot of water. Then add the vegetables in order of which takes the longest to cook. I learned this part from my mother when we went camping. But just cooking in order probably won't garner a lot of points. Look over at Rena. She has a variety of vegetables cooking together in a delicate balance. She wasn't being ambitious or calculating to a way to win the game. She was making delicious food with a mother's touch. I have a feeling that I could somehow compete with Mion in terms of technique, but I would be no match for Rena. She was way out of my league.
When my mother makes curry, you see, she always uses lots of ingredients. That's why Rena's curry uses lots of ingredients as well. I really wanted to take all night and stew it nice and slow. Ow.
I beg of you, will you please help just a little with my curry?
Ah! No! This is part of our club activities. Rena won't lose.
Ugh. When she enters club mode, even the normally kind Rena becomes an enemy. Looks like Rika-chan is cooking the apples as well. She's like a pro at this. How about Mion? What? Mion, you? What the heck is that? Where did you get that meat from?
I predicted that we would be doing this today by looking at the schedule, so I prepared accordingly. My curry is going to be marvelous!
Upon closer inspection, it looks like Mion's brought her own vegetables and spices and other ingredients. They were all spread all over the place. Mion, just for today, you brought all of this stuff from your house? Objection! Chie-sensei, there is no way this is allowed, is it? Objection overruled. As long as it makes for delicious curry, anything goes. Ugh. For that normally serious teacher to go so far as to append a star to the end of her sentence. Oh, it's a girl. Whatever. End of her sentence. Just as I need a voice for the teacher, like a definitive voice for the teacher, but whatever. She doesn't have a art, so whatever. Just as the rumor said, she's a through and through curry freak.
Rena and Rika are naturally gifted chefs. I've come with thorough preparations. And, Ki-chan, what about you?
It's hopeless. In the grand scheme of cooking, peeling the vegetables is only a small part of it. The hurdles I must overcome are just too numerous and too high. My side over here. Turning around, I saw the voices calling me belonging to the two underclassmen from earlier, Tomata-kun and Okamura-kun. What's up, you guys? Huh? What's up with that pot? Is that from your group? Switch this pot with your pot before somebody notices. I think that the curry that the girls from our group made is, at the very least, is better than what you could make. You guys! For me? Don't get the wrong idea. If you don't win, then that is... Oh, that's right. If I don't win, then the talk of eating Satoko and Rika-chan's curry goes right out the window. It seems like you guys are really getting riled up about this, too. Sorry, I'm in your debt, but I'm surprised the girls in your group agreed to this. Barabara side, we're also serious about this. Filling in on day duty 3 times. These guys, to assure me victory, have paid the price. That gaze filled with burning conviction from my underclassmen. Yeah, I'm not fighting this alone. I'm fighting this with everyone. Leave it to me. Save some room, boys. I'll definitely let you eat your fill. We shall eagerly be awaiting your victory. Both of them have the same voice. Now, that's canon. They're the exact same person, just with 2 different names. It's a gas stove, so controlling the heat is easy. All that's left is to let it stew a bit. The delicious smell of curry began wafting upwards. The pot gifted to me by my 2 underclassmen definitely drew some double takes. Rena even looked surprised when she came to take a look, so it must be pretty good.
Ki-chan, you're pretty good. It look like...
Wow, that's wrong.
It looks like this'll be a good match right to the bitter end. Rena wants to eat Kiachi-kun's curry.
Rena's curry and Mirion's curry too. Everybody is a worthy opponent. I've done my very best, but I'm not sure of the outcome.
Hiachi-san, Rika's calling you. Gotta see what she wants. Go see what she wants.
What? Rika-chan's calling me? What could it be? Well, whatever. While I am at it, I can gather some intelligence on the enemy. Rika-chan was doodling on the ground in front of the pot. Because of all that's left to do is stew. Even then, it's good to know that she doesn't leave the stove unattended. Hey, Rika-chan, how's yours doing?
It's Mr. Curry. It's Mr. Curry.
Huh? Rika-chan was doodling something strange and introduced it as Mr. Curry.
Mr. Curry is amazing. He shoots beams from his eyes. Pew pew.
Apparently, Mr. Curry shoots beams from his eyes. Drawing a beam with a stick, she etched a line towards my feet. Does this mean I've been shot with a laser? Ugh! Barrier! Beam reflect! I took another stick in my hand and reflected the beam, striking Mr. Curry.
Mr. Curry can shoot missiles from his stomach. Pshoo!
Hooah! Marabara super electromagnetic barrier! And retaliatory beam!
Mr. Curry absorbs the beam energy and fires his impulse wave cannon.
Rika-chan and I scratched at the ground, thoroughly engrossed in our doodle war. Wait a moment. Hey, Rika-chan, you called me here for a reason, right?
Yes, I called you, but I've already fulfilled my purpose.
Ha! She had Sadako sabotage its curry. At that moment, a chill ran up my spine. Already fulfilled her purpose. They got me! Heading back to my pot, standing there, just as I feared, was Satoko. With no questions asked, I dropped kicked. Wow. What? With no questions asked, I drop kicked the back of her head. Teenage boy, drop kicking, 8-year-old. I don't know how old Satoko is, but seriously, what?
Well, what do you think you're doing? You know better than to do that to a lady's head.
Who cares about that? Satoko, did you mix something into my
How impudent. I haven't fallen that far. Despite what you may think, I'm a fair person, you know.
Then what is this incomprehensible line of ladles and plates? Leaving them all in this unstable position, as if they fall over, what will you do? Wait. At that moment, a gentle breeze blew by, knocking over a ladle that was stood up on its end. The ladle, like a domino, fell over and knocked over the next cooking utensil in a row. Whap, 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 whap. Clank, clank, thud, thud. This is art. Come to think of it, Domino World Record Challenges were quite the rage on television a while back. Kiki-chan! The frying pan! I didn't even have time to react. The chain reaction knocked over the cutting board, then the frying pan. Next after that was my pot. The frying pan struck my pot at full force, tipping it over. The contents cruelly spilled out, and now my masterpiece was being sampled by the schoolyard. I stared, dumbfounded. It was such a beautiful and elaborate mousetrap that, for a moment, I lost touch with reality.
Oh my, this is a catastrophe. I didn't do anything, you hear me?
At the very last moment, I had let my guard down. I had ignored the culinary incompetent Satoko for far too long. Even if she couldn't cook, Satoko still had this method of fighting back. Just then, Rena, who had been sampling her own pot, just let out a scream. What? Rena's curry is salty! Salty! Was Rena also sabotaged? Then what about Mion? My rice is salty? I've been had!
With all the obstacles in my way, I have been taken care of before the fight even begins.
All that effort wasted. So sad, so sad.
So very, very sad.
Rika-chan and Satoko rubbed my dumbfounded head to their heart's content. I like that it wasn't just me, that she hit everyone else as well. So at least she's fair. Pushing the desks together, it was about time for the meals to be judged. The delicious odor of curry spread throughout the courtyard. The members of the forestry service, to whom we owed gratitude for their daily work, were guided to their seats. The principal gave a bit of a ceremonial introduction. Next, the teacher expressed her desire for them to judge the curry contest. The men from the factory service seemed to like that kind of thing and gave their enthusiastic approval. Girl teacher, Well then, is everybody finished? We will now have all the judges sample your cooking. Everybody in the class brought up their painstakingly made curry and arranged them on the desk. The only club members who managed a decent result were Rika-chan's group. Knowing full well it was a failure, Rena plated her curry for the judges. She already knew she was going to get a low score. But at least she was still able to serve hers. Both Mion's and my curry were completely obliterated, so we couldn't even line them up at the table. The judges started from the curry made by the lower grades. They had a lively discussion praising the food. Finally, it was our curry's turn. Next up is Ryugu-kun's curry. Yes, this looks quite appetizing. The principal cheerfully shoveled a spoonful of Rena's salty curry into his mouth. Of course, his expression immediately changed.
Oh my, what happened, Ryugu-san? It seemed so delicious when you were cooking it.
Chie-sensei must have had some expectations, judging from her disappointment. I don't know, fucking... Having, like, a teacher and a principal that don't even show up and no indication of who's speaking is really hard. Oh, I'm sorry. I must have added a bag of salt by accident. The rest of the judges grimaced after they each had one bite. I feel sorry for them. Failure is but the seasoning for success. I'm looking forward to next time. Do your best. Saying that, the principal devoured the rest of the oversalted curry in one go. Truly a man amongst men. I'm trying so hard, but giving no indication of who's talking really fucks up the voices sometimes, man. I apologize. Rena was down and out. Her offensive capabilities were something else, but she was defeated due to her weak defense. Or wait, her offensive capabilities. I read that weird.
Well then.
Whoops. Whoops. Close.
Well then, please savor our curry next.
I see that it's the teacher.
I see that Furuta-san's group put a lot of effort into their curry. Let me see here. It's simple, but very nicely done.
There was also the incident with Rena's salted curry right before this, so the judge's assessment was extraordinarily high. Maybe not just extraordinarily, but perhaps today's forerunner. The judges began a heated debate. One of the judges let out a sigh as he removed a chunk of carrot with his spoon.
Yeah, this kid's curry really isn't half bad, but I don't like carrots, you see.
Personally, I think that carrots are a staple of curry, but I guess to each their own. However, seeing that, Rika-chan read the nameplate on the chest of his coveralls and began to speak.
That's no good, Kyoji. You have to eat your carrots.
What is she saying all of a sudden? Everybody turned to Rika-chan with a stunned look. But what Rika-chan just did was super effective. The carrot-hating judge began stuffing his face with curry while tears streamed from his face.
Kyoji, there's seconds if you want them.
Mommy! While crying that he continued to shovel the curry into his mouth. That's right, Rika-chan's curry was by no means simple. No, that curry had the taste of a mother's cooking. With the carrot-hating judge out of the picture, Rika-chan's assessment was unanimous.
Oh, nobody can stand up to Rika's curry.
Sachiko let off a shrill laugh as she declared victory, but at that moment...
Don't be fooled, my esteemed judges! Don't be deceived into thinking that this meager slop is the taste only a mother can provide. What you people actually want to eat was this kind of curry, wasn't it?
Oh! Then, all of a sudden, in all of its perfect glory, Mion's curry. Not only the judges, but the teacher and the underclassmen, and of course myself, could only gasp in admiration. Hamburg steak with a demi-glace sauce and a fresh salad? It's a set! I wouldn't be stretching to say that this was a full-course meal. It's perfect, perfectly made.
Amazing! Amazing! Mi-chan, you're amazing! Mi-chan, you're amazing!
Say it 5 more times. Satoko was also shocked. Even Rika-chan couldn't hide her surprise. It seems the victor was decided even without needing a taste. Of course, the hamburger was hand-kneaded. The salad had also a home-style dressing, but of professional quality. And the curry, not even a micron of grit. This is sublime. Truly, taste to savor, Sonozaki-san. The curry is no doubt a living testimony to 6,000 years of Indian knowledge and beautiful harmony with Japanese cuisine. I'm elated. Oh, wait, that's still the same person talking. Whatever.
This deserves full marks. I'm giving it 100 points. You're welcome. I'm just trying to set an example as a class representative.
Mion bowed politely, and then winked at us with a smirk on her face.
I admit defeat.
There's no way this is happening. I'm certain I sabotaged that pot of rice.
That's right. Sachiko had dumped salt into Mion's rice cooker, which should have ruined it. At that moment, it hit me. I spun back towards my own canister. That's why! At some point, my cooking canister had been opened, its contents completely emptied. Damn you, Mion! You used my rice! That's not fair! Hand over half of your curry! Mion clucked her tongue and waved her finger as she smirked as a smirk washed her face. Whoa there. Whoop. I tried to do the tongue cluck. Okay.
Whoa there, Kiachi-kun, you're not taking this seriously enough. You gave up at the last moment. I didn't. That's the difference between us. As soon as you gave up, it's all over. Ugh. I couldn't even properly voice my shame.
Mi-chan, I feel sorry for Kiachi-kun. Just give him at least a little.
It's fine. It's fine. This is a lesson. Well, what?
It's fine. It's fine. This is a lesson. Ki-chan just learned that you shouldn't give up on a contest until it's all over, right?
It loathes me to say it, but Mion is right. To give up so quickly on the match was my own folly. For Mion to have brought that to my attention, I should actually be thankful to her. Well then, did that mean that even in this situation I shouldn't give up? My curry was overturned while it was still in the pot, and I don't even have any rice left. How in the blazes am I not supposed to lose hope in this situation? Sad. Tamata-kun and Okamura-kun suddenly appeared. Damn it. Even though my protégés had tried so hard, I wasn't able to meet their expectations. It was an accident. There was nothing you could do. Both of them were dejected. I couldn't accept this defeat so easily. I was their senior. What would I be if I didn't pick up on the broken pieces of the dream I had shown them? I just learned it from Mion just now, didn't I? Don't throw away the contest. Not until the last moment. Think, Kiachi Mabara. Think! Not about how to make more curry, but about how to win the match. I have an idea. I didn't think it could turn the tables, but it was better than nothing. Tamata-kun, come and wash your hands. Help me out. Okamura-kun, if there's something I want you to find, there is something I want you to find. Okay, gotcha. Both of them dispersed after receiving these instructions.
Oh? How is Ki-chan going to flounder about at the end? Why don't you show me?
Nobody likes a stubborn fool, you know.
Shut up. Just sit there and watch the last card I have to play. First off, Mion, I'll be taking some of your ice. I won't let you say no.
I don't really care. It's salty after all.
It's okay if Rena helps too, right? Kiachi-kun is in trouble right now.
Hearing you say that is very reassuring. Well then, Rena, go make some tea.
Oh, he doesn't trust me.
Next, Satoko. Also Rika-chan. I challenge you to a side bet.
What? What did you say?
We'll listen to your request. This was my duty to my two protégés who shed blood, sweat, and tears for my sake. Satoko, Rika-chan, if I receive a perfect score, I will be taking your curry. Nothing for you to eat.
You need to know when to stop joking around. I will be giving a big no to that.
No is alright, Satoko. No, it's alright, Satoko. Take him up on it.
Firmly patting the top of Satoko's head, Mion said those words with all the gravitas of club president.
You handicapped him this much, didn't you? There's no way he can make up for that. So meet him head on. No matter how hard he struggles, he's not going to make a comeback, right?
That may be true, but...
I don't mind. Kiachi, go for it. Yay! The judges, seemingly growing tired of sampling the various curries, were debating each entry. From what little I overheard, it seems that Mion's impending victory was not in question. By the way, what happened to Mahabara-kun's curry? I still haven't tried it yet.
Yeah, the pot with my curry in it.
Oh, wait, no, that's me. Yeah, the pot with my curry in it, fell over.
Huh. Is that so? That's a real shame.
I may have lost my curry, but that doesn't mean I've lost this contest. I'll have everybody singing my praises. My competitive posturing had drawn the attention of all the judges. First of all, just be quiet and eat these, please. I'll listen to your complaints after that. This is my cooking!
Marabara-kun, that's...
Onigiri, right? Onigiri, huh?
The judges smiled wryly at the simple fare that was quite in contrast to the preceding bravado. Rena poured tea into the cups she had brought from over in the break room.
He's making a mockery of this. There, look! There's not even any filling. It's nothing more than salted onigiri. This isn't even worthy of being called a contest anymore.
It's true, the amount of salt might be a little much, but...
Rena's expression told me that she thought this was a great idea, but it might still not be enough to win the match.
Marabara-san, is this really enough to make a comeback?
Gentlemen, you did well. No.
Marabara-san, is this really enough to make a comeback?
Gentlemen, you did well. It's alright. Just watch. The judges were chewing with their mouths full and sipping on the tea. Nobody was singing praises or awestruck. They were just quietly chowing down.
It seems that Ki-chan has learned how to use some rather underhanded tricks. This might be difficult.
Yeah, that's right. Rena understands that now, too.
What do you mean? Why is everybody just quietly eating that much?
You see, Satoko-chan, it's because the judges are actually tired of eating curry. Because they were judges, they had to sample each and every offering. And because they were all from small children, because they were made to show their appreciation, they couldn't eat just a little bit of each. Sometimes a man values the amount more than the taste. At those times, rather than rich, mind-blowing flavor, they crave simplicity. They couldn't say it out loud, but this was the tastiest thing they had today. I confirmed that by looking at their eyes as the judges smiled wryly.
I'll praise your efforts, but today's contest was about curry. I'm not sure we can give a score to this.
The teacher and the principal had folded their arms while they pondered the situation. My underlings, seeing that, saw the small glimmer of hope fade away and grew dejected. This was a little surprise. This little surprise just not enough?
Don't give up, Ki-chan.
Mion whispered quietly as I said it loudly. That's right. If I didn't push here... No. I'll have you give it a score. If you think that curry and onigiri are really that different, you're sorely mistaken.
Huh? Marabara-kun, what are you saying? How are they the same?
The principal stopped the teacher. It looked like he was giving me one final chance. The judges The judges, having eaten their fill, quietly waited for my statement. In its homeland of India, curry is usually eaten with a type of bread called naan, isn't it? Therefore, you could say that this cuisine we call curry rice is something that we have adopted and modified. Just as the teacher said at the beginning, it's a fusion of Indian and Japanese cuisine. I know
what you're trying to say, Marabara-kun, but what does this have to do with onigiri?
It's actually very simple. Both curry and onigiri are things made to let you enjoy eating rice. Rice was introduced to Japan from ancient China. Our agricultural forebears watered the fields, fighting the elements, disease, and pests to grow and raise our rice-centric culture. Yes, the Japanese people have formulated a plethora of dishes, but those were nothing more than attempts to find ways to enjoy eating rice. In other words, curry and onigiri are both the results of rice culture. It was scattered at first, but slowly grew into a steady roar. It was thunderous applause that praised me.
Enough of this nonsense already. I won't accept this. The teachers are only judging curry, you know. This is out of the question. It obviously deserves 0 points.
Miss...
Wait.
Miss, Kiachi-kun did his best. Could you please acknowledge that?
Today's class was supposed to be about curry. What shall we do?
Mion stifling her laughter stepped forward.
There's a story about how when a Michelin 3-star chef from France came to Japan, the people from the hotel he was staying at had a whole bunch of ingredients from France imported. But the chef didn't even give them a second glance.
I wonder why that was. They were ingredients from his homeland.
The chef went to the local fish market and made a dish from fresh fish caught in Japan. The culture of food isn't bound by predetermined rules. It's culture. If you come to Japan, you meld with Japanese culture and make something new. That's how curry and onigiri are the same.
Mion, she was providing fire support? I had to be grateful. The judges were somehow moved by this complicated yet baseless trivia. A stern look washed over the teacher's face as she refolded her arms.
Marabara-kun, your pot of curry was flipped over, wasn't it? Even though I had said at the beginning to be careful.
I'm sorry.
But, as Marabara-kun and Sonozaki-san said, there are no boundaries in cuisine. If it's something that can amaze people, then it's not something that should be discriminated against just because of its form.
Then...
For spilling your pot, minus 20 points. But, just for today, for not giving up and doing your best, plus 20 points. I'll give you 100 points.
Marabara-san, we did it!
My underclassmen leapt at me. A perfect score. We did it. We did it. The curry was split and our rice was taken, but we made a comeback. In the end, Rika-chan's curry also received full marks, so everybody but Rena had a perfect score. Since the contest was outside the scope of regular club activities, there wasn't any particular penalty game. Rena breathed a sigh of relief. Now, then, as promised, Satoko, Rika-chan, I will be taking your curry.
But that means we won't have any lunch.
Satoko stomped angrily at the ground in frustration, but the price of defeat was absolute. Is what I wanted to say, but I'll show you some mercy. You can eat half.
Thank you, Kiachi.
My two protégés peered over from the sidelines, tears of joy streaming from their faces. We exchanged glances that would only be understood amongst men. It's the creep... fucking... Kiachi, I respect you, playing on the perversion of others. We did it. We did it, Marabara-san. Ah, this is all thanks to you. We flashed each other a thumbs up. Now, I just have to give these to my pupils. I've gotten pretty hungry myself. I guess I'll have one of my onigiri. Wait, huh? There was no trace of my onigiri. The ones I had set aside for myself included. As I peered around searching for them, the principal clapped a hand on my shoulder.
When I was listening to that speech you gave, the rice I was chewing grew even more delicious.
Could it be that you also ate my share? The principal simply laughed without answering. Seriously? My eyes half brimming with tears and my stomach rumbling, I was called over by the teacher.
Maribara-kun, because of the circumstances, I had to give you a perfect score. But you understand, right?
Huh? Understand what? There was an odd glint in the teacher's eyes. If I had to describe it, it was curry-colored. Like a pot of stewing curry, her eyes whirled around in a spiral. A chill washed over me. The teacher clutched me by the shoulder and drew me in closer until our noses were almost touching.
Curry is this world's most respected and sacred of dishes. I will absolutely not allow it to be put in the same category as onigiri. You hear me? Curry was created in ancient China, ancient India, one of the 4 great river valley civilizations, and was raved about during the reign of King Oshika in Kaplowitzu for the birth of the shatka at the International Food Expo. Michelin twirly twirly, even the Eiffel Tower was pickled in shimmering curry thermic weather. You are asleep or awake. Curry, 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 curry.
Wow, I lost that. She's really obsessed with curry. That teacher is obsessed with curry.
Hey, Kiyachi-san, what are you stumbling around for? Cleaning up is part of cooking, too.
Kiyachi-kun, your eyes are all curried. Why is that? Why?
Curry, curry, curry.
Yikes, she got to him, huh? It's okay, he'll be back to normal by tomorrow. Probably.
It wasn't that long before hunger brought me back to my senses. Curry, 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 curry. In the end, all of the onigiri was eaten by the principal, so I had to make do without lunch. Skipping lunch, I never knew the afternoon could be so long and painful. Feeling other than drowsiness made me space out.
Are you alright, Kiyachi-kun? That's why I said you shouldn't eat Rena's curry.
As if I could eat this curry with enough salt in it to make my blood pressure rise just by looking at it, is what I said as I initially refused. I could only regret it. The hunger, the stomachache.
Well, well, you did a good job making it through. Your absolutely hopeless situation, that is. Ki-chan, you're pretty strong when you're cornered, eh?
I don't need any compliments right now. I need food.
There's something for you to eat at home, right?
We don't keep snacks lying around at home. And I'm out of cup noodles right now.
Since you're enduring that hunger so much right now, I'm sure tonight's dinner will be really tasty.
I had absolutely no intention of laughing along.
Well then, I will take my leave. I have my part-time job again today. It's really rough when you're not used to the work.
That job at the Angel Mort family restaurant, huh? That uniform was somewhat stimulating.
Being a waitress is...
Oh wait, that's me. Being a waitress is really hard work.
Huh? Mi-chan is working as a waitress? Really? Really? What kind of place is it? Oh... No, I'm... right, I'm working at the toy store from the other day. Shion is the waitress.
Ah, my bad. I completely forgot that this was... that was how it ended up being. I'm sorry. You guys look so similar, I mixed you up.
Kiyachi-kun, who's Shion?
Rena asked the obvious question. Mion's younger twin sister. She's got a different personality, but she's a dead ringer for Mion.
That's right. We look similar, but our personalities are completely different. I'm very kind and thoughtful, but Shion has a cold and scary personality.
I think that's when you guys were born. Shion got all the feminine aspects. Unlike Mion, she's cute and cheerful.
Ki-chan!
Rena interjected as her eyes darted back and forth from our exchange.
Huh? Is that true? Rena's never met her. Mi-chan, did you ever tell me you had a younger sister?
Shion's existence was already being exposed as a cover-up. I couldn't help Mion out here. I could only have her end this charade.
Oh yeah, I still haven't introduced her to you, Rena. My younger sister's name is Shion.
I didn't know. I didn't ask. I never met her when I went to meet... Oh, wait.
I didn't know. I didn't ask. I never met her when I went to Mi-chan's house. Yeah, that. You know, I'm the only one that lives with my granny.
What did that?
Shion lives at the family home in Okonomiya. Well, we're not that close, so, she doesn't come around too often.
Rena's face indicated that she wasn't sure if she was convinced. She was usually a bit of an airhead, but she was unusually sharp when it came to those kinds of things.
Well, it's not a lie. Please believe me.
As she said, yeah, I believe you, a smile suddenly blossomed on Rena's face.
Rena wants to meet her. I'll go see her sometime. What store is she working at? What store? That is...
She's getting more tangled up in her little web. I could tell that Mion was getting increasingly frantic. I wanted to help her out, but it was hard for an outsider to butt in on family issues.
Sorry. I have to get to work. Later. Rena, Ki-chan. See you tomorrow.
Unilaterally ending the conversation, Mion headed home. No matter how you looked at it, she was running away. We'll just label this one as an emergency escape.
Mi-chan is kinda cute. I wonder why.
Rena giggled in amusement. I wonder when dinner is. Would lying down be the best way to conserve energy? I sprawled in the entryway without even taking off my shoes. As I was losing the last vestiges of my consciousness, the doorbell rang. It seemed like I had a guest. Come in. It's open. I directed my listless voice at the door.
Good afternoon. Huh? Ki-chan, what are you doing?
It seemed that my guess was Mion, or rather, Shion. She seemed shocked when she saw me sprawled out in the entryway. Is that Shion? Wait, why? I thought that Shion's existence was all but an illusion that was limited to when Mion was at the restaurant. That's why I never considered that Shion would appear here.
I heard from my sister. Because of the club activities today, you weren't able to eat lunch, right?
Yeah, it was a lot of trouble. Sataka spilled my pot, and you stole my rice.
But I'm Shion.
She grew red and began to mope. That's right, she was the younger twin right now. Sorry. What's up? Did you bring something for me to eat?
Oh my, it's somehow disappointing that you hit the nail right on the head, but here.
With a disappointed smile, Shion let out a small bento box that she had hidden behind her back. Huh? You really brought me something to eat? Thanks.
There was still some of the ground beef left over from what my sister brought to school. I knew it wasn't going to be right before dinner, but I wondered if you wanted it. Am I bothering you?
Not even a bit. I'm really happy. Can I really eat this? Sneaking a look inside the box to say that she just put some of the leftovers inside would have been a lie. There was an elegant meal stuffed inside. Is it really okay? There's not like a ton of hot sauce mixed in or anything, right?
Jeez, I'm not my sister. I won't do that kind of thing. If you don't like it, you don't have to force yourself. I'll just go home and eat it myself.
Saying that, she pouted cutely and made a motion as if to snatch the box back. There were some times that made me doubt that she was the same person as Mion, and this was undoubtedly one of those moments. I don't mind at all. I just want to chow down on it with thanks from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah, it's not something to be thankful about that your nose has to run.
Shion, who had thought that I might not take the bento, looked down happily. There's not much, but do you want to come in? I can probably make some tea or something.
Sorry, maybe some other time. I'm on my way to work.
Oh, that's right. She did say that before.
Just rinse the box out with water and give it back to my sister tomorrow, please.
Of course. It would only be proper thing to do after being allowed to eat something that looks this delicious.
Well then, I'll take my leave. One last thing.
Shion grew red as she looked down once more.
During that contest with the curry, my sister took your rice without permission, right? My sister fools around way too much, so sometimes she gets carried away. She wasn't doing it to be mean.
Hey. It's not like I mind that too much. There are no grudges when it comes to club activities, after all. In fact, I should be the one that's thankful for all the thrills and entertainment. Could you tell that to Mion for me?
Yes, I think. My sister will be very happy to hear that. Well then, I have to go.
Shion smiled brightly. After bowing deeply, she left as she looked at her watch. I'm happy, but is this really okay? I looked at the bento box that she had left behind. A faint warmth spread throughout the palm of my hand. If it were Mion, I could see hot sauce, mustard, maybe even a needle being mixed inside. But really, I don't think she would go that far as to put a needle in there. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. That would never happen, right, guys? I mean, seriously. Pfft, who would be crazy enough to do that shit? Moving on. I opened the box once again and hesitantly tasted a bit. I took a bite, and another. There was no funny business. There was no danger at all, for it was delicious. That's right. That was Shion, not Mion, so there shouldn't have been anything to worry about. I rushed back to my room, eating as I gave my thanks. It was so delicious that my stomach could cry. Shion. No, Mion. When she heard I was so hungry I could die, she brought this over to me. It was delicious to the last bite. By the way, nothing strange had been mixed in. I was a bit embarrassed at myself for being so skeptical. You received a new tip. It was delicious. Alright, quickly before we get to the new tip. First of all, that second half of that section was really short. The whole Mion is Shion's theory that's playing at the moment. It kind of fits that it's Mion, at least for how this set it up. Because apparently, like, Mion went to work, and then Kiyashi got home and was there for a bit, And then Shion showed up, also saying she had to go to work. But apparently in that time, Mion had supposedly called her sister, because her sister doesn't live at her house. Or lives at her grandmother's house. She lives in Okonomiya, or apparently. Apparently. But if she lived in Okonomiya, why would she come all the way out to Hamanazawa to Kiyachi's house to give him bento made from the stuff Mion made during lunch? So she would have had to go to Mion's house, pick up the extra meat and junk, make it into a bento, then come over to Kiyachi's house and give it to him. That doesn't make sense if Shion is not Mion. Like, the only way the fact that this entire exchange happened is if Mion is Shion. Like, I mean, they hint a lot that she's obviously faking, but like, this lends even more credence that they are the exact same person. So I'm kind of on the board train that Shion's fake, but I still have this nagging feeling that she is a real person. Because she does act completely differently. Regardless of the fact that I'm giving her a different voice, she acts differently. Like the way she speaks and how she generally converses. Secondary thing? Mion could kind of be using this as a way to actually kind of flirt with Kiyachi, because normally Mion wouldn't do it. But Shion has the abilities as a completely different persona to do it. Or she's just schizophrenic and has two personalities in her. Either way, let's get to the tips. This is probably him returning it. Hey, Mion, here.
What? What is it, Ki-chan?
I thrust the bento box she had given me yesterday at her face. It had the food you gave me in it. Thanks. It was great. Mion's face quickly flushed bright red. Hey now, you were the one pretending to be Shion when you gave it to me. You're gonna give it away and you're gonna get all red like that when you're being Mion? At this rate, she might trip and fall right onto her own grave, so I decided to help her out. Listen, I was pretty hungry yesterday. Out of the blue, Shion came all the way to my house and gave me some food in a bento box. This is that box. Make sure you wash it out.
Right.
Wow, man, they're laying it on thick that she's totally faking it.
Shion's really considerate, huh?
That was so transparent. Was Mion always this terrible at lying? Her expression was different than usual, but it looked strangely cute.
So, what do you think?
You two are like peas in a pod. You're twins, right? Obviously you'd look the same.
Not that,
Mion looked kind of bewildered, like she was waiting for a specific answer. When she said impression, maybe she didn't mean Shion, but the bento. Oh, of course. It was delicious.
Really?
I'd never lie about liking food. If I say something's good, then it's objectively good. You can feel free to give my recommendations to every single person you meet. Tell Shion it was seriously great, alright?
Okay. Tell Shion, right. I will. I think she'll be really happy.
We're going to get along with Shion having given it to me, not Mion, aren't we? Yet her laugh, it came from deep down and sounded really happy. Except I made it sound weird. Whatever. I guess she really can laugh nicely enough to just looking at her makes me feel better too. A sarcastic remark made its way into my tongue, but I swallowed it back. As Mion went to put her bento box in her bag, she noticed a clattering noise.
Ki-chan, there's something inside. Huh? What? Wow.
She opened it. The thing inside was a little embarrassing, so I wish she hadn't opened it here. Panicking, I hid it with my hands. Well, my mother told me to put it in as thanks. Put them in as thanks. I didn't come up with it or anything. Don't get the wrong idea.
It's so pretty. Candy.
There was a handful of candies neatly wrapped in paper inside the sparkly clean bento box. When I was cleaning the box out yesterday in the sink, Mom came over and interrogated me, and I fessed up as to who had given me the food. Then she told me that something like this called for a display of gratitude. I didn't want to because it was embarrassing, so I argued that it wouldn't be like me to do that. Well, that's what happened. I mean, I was so embarrassed it felt like fire might shoot out of my face. Mion laughing the whole thing off like she usually did would be fine, but for some reason, she was staring at the candy in the box with fascination. Thank you. Don't thank me. Thank my mom. She put them in there. Besides, you're not the one I needed to be thanking, right, Mion? Those are for Shion, okay?
Right. You're right. Okay. I'll be sure to tell Shion. I just know she'll be happy.
Mion, looking a little downtrodden, put the lid back on the box. Seemed like I ended up saying something a little mean at the end.
Mi-chan, you look sort of cozy today. Did something happen? Did it?
Perhaps she caught a fever. The red in her face is probably due to the increased body temperature. Hey, Rika! Why are you patting my head?
Satoko, I'm sure you'll be able to catch fever soon enough.
Pet, pet. Yeah, so that little tip basically helps confirm that, yeah, Mion is most likely Shion. The split personality thing could still be a thing, though. I mean, with what Onikakushi did, that's totally a thing that could happen. Man, the direct hint nod to Onikakushi there with the whole needle in the food thing. Yeah, I mean, who would do that? It also adds a little thing that Mion likes Kiachi. In the romantical way. Whatever. Guys being nice to her. Japanese anime relationships and all that. So, overall, again, this episode didn't really push anything. I think the biggest thing right now is, like, the whole Shion-Mion split and who's who, what's actually going on there. Is she completely faking it and just pretending? Or is there maybe something darker there? Or is there actually a real Shion? I don't know. As for the majority of this episode, the whole beginning part was just another fun little clubs doing club stuff. It's kind of like a filler episode of an anime, honestly. The whole curry cooking contest and all that sort of junk. Yada. And then the second shorter part added to the Mion Shion mystery. So far, that's really it. There's nothing going on with the town. Right now it's all kind of character relationships and getting back into the feel of things. So, until next time, see you. I can't end these episodes properly. In the next episode, we will have another day at school, I assume. Maybe we'll actually get a definitive answer to Shion Mion. Probably not. But, yeah. See you all next time.